Las Vegas Motor Speedway here, round number 3 of the Multi-League Stone River Outfitters Cup Series from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're in qualifying session right now, 3.5 minutes left to go before we set the grid for this big one. I'm not sure how many laps we're racing tonight, but we'll get that in a couple minutes. I'm joined here in the booth with Ken Huber from Kalispell, Montana. How's it going, Ken? Did I get that right?
You got it right. Close enough, Kalispell. Yeah, that works, Scott. Yeah, we're here at Las Vegas to roll the dice, spin the wheel, pull that lever on the slot machine, see who's got what it takes to get this race won tonight. And by the way, Scott, since you mentioned it, it's 111 laps tonight. So it's not Snake Eyes. It's Snake Eyes with the Cyclops, I guess.
I like it. Triple ones, almost like triple sevens, but triple ones. We'll take it. We're in qualifying right now, just under 3 minutes to go. Rob Haynes in that beer store, 199, top of the board right now with a 30.3, super fast.
Yeah, heck of a lap by that Rob Haynes, who, by the way, Scott, raced in the 87 series last night and won that race by 0.03 of a second.
There you go. He's got momentum on his side. Where was that race last night?
That was at Rockingham, old 87 cars.
Nice. Up and there it is. No surprise. Justin Michael top of the board, 30.221. Andrew Schulte, Rob Haynes, top 3 all Bandit Motorsports guys.
Oh, here we go again, Scott. Bandits are back up front so far.
They are.
Justin Michael, I was watching him during practice. He also had the fastest practice times, I believe. Was really knocking it out. Pretty close to his practice time at that 30.22. And we still got a few cars that haven't qualified yet. We got 24 cars so far have got their qualifying laps in, and we're still waiting for maybe about another 15 or so cars before we get the field set.
Yeah, right now. Oh, it looks like Greg Mall. Look at him. No surprise. He's actually a brand new driver here to Multi-League Series. Greg Mall. Not sure where he's from. I forget, but he this is his first race with us from Bandit Motorsports as well in that number 303. 30.265 outside pole right now.
Yeah, and these guys, I'm watching the track temp. It's slowly creeping up under this sun right now. Local time here is almost 3:30 in the afternoon. Ambient temperature is 78 degrees, but the track temperature has risen from about 108 to 110 since we started qualifying. So these guys getting out maybe late might hurt them a little bit.
Gotta imagine with 25, looks like most everybody is pretty much taking time right now. That's probably pretty comfortable, at least for the top 5 spots here.
Yeah, 28. Joe Marks right now is the last person who's qualified in the 28th position with the 30.9.
I think we have another full field here tonight, Ken.
Easy for you to say.
Right? One more beer I need, I think. 42 cars tonight, full field here at Las Vegas, so exciting about that.
Yeah, it's been full every night. We started the season, if you remember, with 52 cars, I believe. And now Kim Quick, the series admin, is limited it to 42 cars, I believe, each week. So for this race, we have no quick repairs and I think 5 sets of tires, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that is correct. And I think 12 incidents limit. Is that right, Ken?
That sounds about right. I guess I can go to my info tab here and see what we got going. Yeah, 12 incident will get you in drive-through, and 17 will get you DQ'd.
All right, we're going to turn on the race chat here. You're going to hear it live with us. The drivers meeting here from Las Vegas. One of our series admins, James Hearns, is going to let everybody know what the rules are. Here we go.
Thank you for coming. Welcome to Las Vegas. 111 laps tonight with 2 green, white checkers. Let's go over some of the rules for tonight. We do not clear black flags. If you get one, consider it a crazy NASCAR penalty. Serve it. Continue on. No ULs. Pitting is 3 stalls in, 3 stalls out. Keep it to the right as far as possible at all times. This is giving everybody a fair chance into their pit box. No passing on pit road. Once you cross the yellow cone, you may pass off pit road. No calling out other drivers cursing. Please be respectful of the other drivers. If you have a problem, discuss it after the race. Tonight we have 17 inch points before a DQ, 5 sets of tires in the pit. After the race is done, do not make contact with the other drivers. When the yellow...
So there we have it. We'll cut that a little bit short here. We got a lot to cover here, including the starting grid. See if we can get this pulled up here. Justin Michael from Martinsburg, Virginia on the pole. Greg Mall, second place there. Granger Schulte, P3. Kyle Chadwick, P4. Rob Haynes, P5. Andrew Heath Smith and Wes Holland. Brad Ream, Keith Haney, and Jeffrey Merck from Punta Gorda, Florida, rounding out the top 10.
On the inside lane in 11th is Rod Minton. On the outside, Brian Abbott. 13th, James O. Brown. 14th, Jack Watts. 15th, Brian Bazell. 16th, Vernon Margheim. 17th, Michael Milfelt Jr. 18th, Bob Wells. 19th, Jeff Gilmore. And rounding out the top 20 is Christopher Campbell.
21st, Wally Tierhammer. 22nd, Robert Matisse. Eric Talent back there from Griffin, Georgia. Loretto Lakes, one of his first year, I believe, in the series here. Welcome, Loretto. 25th, John Pansula. 26th, Ken Richardson. 27th, Anthony Santoro. Jason Hughes in that SRX car, number 58 in the 28th spot. Joe Marks, we talked about him from Reno, Nevada, P29. Billy Bumgarner, awesome run last week, if I remember right, P30th.
And in 31st, Christopher Davis. Then Mike Erder, Sean Turner, James Hearns. In 34th, Trent Drum. 35th, Charles Widner, Doug Hevron, Bill Paradise, David Schreck, Josh R. Scott, and James Haney, and Double D in that final spot.
There we have it. Starting grid is set. Lights are out on the pace car. And we are about to go racing here at Las Vegas. 111 laps. Exciting times. Justin Michael chooses the outside lane here. Greg Mall on the inside. Brings him down through turn 3. Ready to drop the flag here in a couple seconds.
And we are going to take an... Oh, there goes. Pace car's ducking off onto pit lane. And we're holding... No, green flag's out. And Justin Michael gets a great start there with that 303 car on the inside of Greg Mall. Didn't quite get going. He's got Kyle Chadwick challenge him on the outside right now. Great start with Justin Michael.
Yeah, huge jump there, and we are side by side back here for second and third. Kyle Chadwick trying to get some momentum on the outside of Greg Mall out for turn number 2. I think Greg's going to clear him here on the backstretch.
You have to run in a few test laps here, Scott, too. These cars are really sketchy on the first opening laps, about 5 or 7 laps or so. These cars are a bit free, and so these guys are gently getting in and out of the throttle right now until they get some heat in the tires, and then they can start running these cars a lot harder. So everybody's behaving themselves right now. Nice start for everyone.
Yeah, we're single filed out, at least the top 10 cars here. We seems to be figuring out the lines, figuring out the tires, and see where this race takes us here in a couple laps.
Yep, so everybody's kind of stretched it out. I went back to 10th, Keith Haney. Kind of went single file here. Got some double file racing up in front of them. It looks like they're getting sorted out. Moved back here to 7th of Wesley Holland. Just behind that 02 car, that black sponsorless 02 car, making a move on the inside of that 02 right now. Taking the 61 car of Brad Ream with him, it looks like. Again, everybody doing a nice job getting around this track right now. Another battle up there with Andrew Schulte, and it looks like maybe the 95. I'll have to check on that.
It's the Andrew Schulte and the teammate, the beer store, 199, I think. Rob
Rob Haynes.
In front of him there. Yep. Side by side up here, I think for what's P2 maybe, Greg Mall taking the spot from Kyle Chadwick, eyeballing Justin Michael up ahead here.
Another battle back here in 15th. I'm looking at Brian Abbott. He's got a 3-car battle there with Vernon Margheim. Looks like Brian Bazell in that mix too. Nice little 3-car battle here. Trying to get this sorted out back here in about mid-pack.
It's Michael Milfelt in that Federated Auto Parts Toyota Camry. Sharp-looking car there. Looking on the back of Vernon Margheim to Brian Abbott there. And 17th would be back there.
Yeah, Michael Milfeld sitting there trying to make that inside lane work. Can't quite get it done. Falls in line there behind Vernon Margheim there, and we'll return to some single file racing. Just behind them, I see some two wide racing with Jeff Gilmore and that 57 car, and then that 5 car of Eric Tallett, as they just got that battle sorted out.
I was looking up ahead here in front of Vernon Margheim. We look up one more spot for our Daytona 500 winner, Brian Bazell, up here in the Chevy Mack Truck ZL1. Sharp looking car there in 14th spot. Kind of got his space figured out, forward and back, just running comfortably, clicking off laps here.
So while we're running back towards the pack there, there's been a change for the lead. Greg Mall is up front with Kyle Chadwick in second. So I don't know if Justin Michael got beat by those guys or is just taking it easy and just letting the race come to him. You know, Kyle Chadwick not being part of that team, though, is the odd man out there. So that's another thing. Kyle usually finds his way up front every night. Always entertaining driver to watch out here. Looks like Kyle Chadwick is putting some pressure on that 303 car of Greg Mall.
Yeah, really interesting to see the different lines here, Ken. The high line of Kyle Chadwick here, trying to keep the momentum. You see he has that extra couple miles an hour down the backstretch. Takes a look to the inside of Greg Mall. See what we can do here, if he can finish that pass. Off at turn number 4, call it clear, give the lead to Kyle Chadwick. Lap number 9 coming on the board here.
That allowed Justin Michael to come up on the outside there. Those two slowed down while he made that pass, and now Justin Michael's on the outside of that 303, looking to get a pass done, get back to that second position. Putting a lot of pressure now on Kyle Chadwick, looks low. And give that one to Justin Michael like it was like Kyle Chadwick was standing still there.
Yeah, it was odd for Kyle Chadwick to do such a nice job with getting the lead and then seemingly give it up so easy, but especially Justin Michael, eh?
Now that these cars have got some heat in the tires, I imagine they're getting quite tight now. So you get down there on the bottom, it's really easy to have to check up if there's a car on the outside. Just wants to push up towards the outside there, so you got to be really careful.
Let's look back a couple spots here. We're looking at P6 Jeffrey Mark in the title sponsor car, I guess you could say, Stone River Outfitters, number 60 there. Looking at his pickup 5th spot there from the 41 of Wes Holland. Nice pass on the inside off of turn 4.
Yeah, and he's got quite the pack back there with Wesley Holland behind him and Andrew Schulte. And there's a pack of about 6 or 7 cars back there. The last one being, it looks like the 02 car of Heath Smith. All racing for position. All running different lines.
James 00 Brown, looks like he's in 11th right now. Started 11th as well, so just in the middle of that rabbit's nest, but perfectly comfortable with sitting where he started. He's got a Retro Cup Sunday Series. He's the admin for that, for Multi-League Series, so you see the Retro Cup there. They run L79s and the 87 cars, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct. He runs the old series from 87, I believe, and then he mixes up with those L79s. So a little bit of old school racing for both those cars.
Yeah, there's a good look at the car there through turn 3 and 4.
So I'm just looking for our big mover of the race so far. We're only about 12 laps into this race. Got some guys that have moved back. Heath Smith's been moved back. He's dropped back to 13th from the sixth place starting spot. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Merck started back in 10th, gained 5 positions, now finds himself in the top 5.
Yeah, no surprise there. Fast lap of 30.4. But I'm looking at lap times here, Ken. 31.2 of his last lap. So these cars have already dropped, let's call it 0.7 of a second in just 13 laps.
Yeah, and again, while we're talking Justin Michael, I guess we did witness him taking the lead with the 303. Got that 303 right in tow, right in his tire tracks there, just following him through. Both those guys, like you said, are teammates. Rob Haynes, last night's winner of that 87 race, now in 3rd place. Doing a great job tonight. Kyle Chadwick has dropped back to 4th, and then lurking in that 5th position is Jeffrey Merck, no surprise there.
Yeah, Jeffrey Mark is actually one of the only few cars in the top 10 or so here that's running consistent 30.4 laps. So in the high point fours, Justin Michael just put down a 5.36. So one of the faster cars, only 1 second off the leader of Justin Michael. We'll see if he can close that gap here in the next couple laps.
I was back here while you were talking there, Scott. I was looking at the 77 car of Jack Watts. He had a nice little battle there going with the 87 car and the 00 car of James O Brown. But they've got that battle sorted out. And they all return to single file racing now. The 33 of Vernon Margheim on the outside there with Michael Melfeld Jr. looking to his inside. That's a battle for, it looks like, the 14th position.
Yeah, side by side here, Michael Milfelt on the inside of Vernon.
So based on some of the pre-race driver interviews, the drivers were saying about anywhere from, I don't know, 34 to 36 laps on fuel stops. So we're about halfway through a fuel run here. So I would expect drivers to start be looking for pit lane. Nice and clean and green flag racing so far.
Yeah, I think we saw last week at California how pit lane entry can kind of bite a couple drivers. I'm not sure if anybody practiced during practice time, practicing green flag pit stop entry, but that could certainly play a big role here as we continue to stay green here. 18 laps on the board here at Las Vegas.
So I've moved back to the 16 car in the, it looks like the 21st position here. Actually, the 75 car, Wally Turhammer, I guess. Getting passed on the low side there by Ken Richardson. That's all the way back in the 21st position. They're currently still side by side with Ken Richardson, trying to make that low side work, it looks like. Wally on that outside might get the run off the corner here. Ken Richardson's looking for the slide job. He does have him clear, does clear him. That 75 tucks in behind. Meanwhile, smoking that 58 car, Jason Hughes looks to the inside. Oh, and Wally just brushed the wall a little bit there. That allowed Jason Hughes to get by there on the low side as well.
Here comes Wally back on the outside with momentum off of turn number 2, trying to hold off. Who's that back there?
Laredo Lakes in that
Laredo
24
Lakes. car. I got to take a look at this car. I think this was painted by John Hendrick. I saw his post a couple days ago. That is a sharp-looking car, the 24 there, Laredo Lakes.
It's hard to call it out, though. I can barely see his card number there.
Right? Nice cursive. It actually looks like a snake. I think it's paying tribute to the Black Mamba.
Gotcha. Just scanning through the field here, I see a lot of single file racing. I just moved back to Charles Widner in the 95 car. Kind of struggling tonight. He's in that 26th position. Just ahead of him is Christopher Davis in that teal car. Another driver that hails from Canada. And behind them in that 29 car is Robert Mattis. Kind of having a little 3-car battle here. All 3 of these guys are struggling a little bit tonight. Just outside it, or right at the top 25.
Yeah, this battle we're looking at right now, these guys are 10 seconds off the lead of Justin Michael. You see the 29 of Robert Mattis looking on the inside of Charlie. Can't quite get it done, that Home Depot Ford.
So the battle's heating up front. Jeffrey Merck has moved himself up to the 3rd position here now and closing in on the back of Greg Maul. So I guess Jeffrey Merck has decided to start moving up and try to find his way to the front here after saving a little bit of tire here. And as they're single wide there, as I was coming up to him, there was a nice little battle there between Rob Haynes, Jeffrey Merck, Kyle Chadwick.
All these guys seem to be the class of the field up here. These 5 cars pretty much running identical lap times, all cruising together in each other's draft. And they got about a 2-second lead from P6 back here. So we look at Rob Minton here. Nice run for Rod. You don't see him up here too often, but solid top 10 run here in that 92 car.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking back here at Brian Bazell here in the 18 car. He's side by side with Vernon Margheim again. Got the 82 just behind them of Brian Abbott. trying to sort that battle out. Now Brian Abbott looks to the inside of Vernon Margheim. And then Jack Watson, that cool chrome looking, it looks like Budweiser 77 car. Got that chromium finish on that car.
Yeah, I always like that car. It's super sharp.
Yeah, that and the
Budweiser.
Coca-Cola one is, those are pretty sharp cars. And it looks like they sort out that battle and get back to some single file racing here.
So yeah, we're doing back up front. Jeffrey Merck on the inside of Greg Mall for second spot. I think it's our biggest mover of the race. Up 8 spots right now. Started 10th, currently in second. Give to Jeffrey Merck.
Now, is Jeffrey Merck part of Bandit Motorsports, Scott?
Yes, he is. He was our latest addition. I think last fall or so, or early this year, we added him to Bandit Motorsports. So.
Well, he's about ready to steal the thunder here as he's got looking directly at the back bumper of Justin Michael after making his way from that 10th starting spot. I need one of those
deck right now of Justin Michael looking back on Jeffrey Merck as that gap continues to close. Last time around, Jeffrey Merck with a 31.6. Justin Michael actually with a 31.56, so slightly a little bit faster.
I'm not sure how much brake they're using at this point with the tire wear they got. I wasn't using any brake initially, but I imagine as these tires get worn that these guys are starting to use a little bit of brake to slow it down in the quarters. And I know Jeffrey Merck is really good. Any track where these high-speed 1.5-mile tracks where you have to use the brakes, he tends to dial in a lot of brake bias and kind of sacrifice the start to gain it towards the end here.
What did you notice, Ken, when you were driving out there? Are those bumps in turn 1 and 2, are those pretty... Do they upset the car much with this next-gen car riding so much lower than the other car, or did you not notice much change there?
No, I didn't notice much change there, Scott. I felt the car was really comfortable, actually. My problem was always remembering to go into 5th gear. But the car actually felt really smooth. Nothing really upset it other than cold tires, really.
I heard a little bit of chat on the radio. I couldn't decipher exactly what it was. I'm not sure. We're going to have pit stops here probably in the next 5 or so laps, so we may start to see a couple guys coming early. As we look at Kyle Chadwick starting to lose touch with that lead foursome up there with Justin Michael, Jeffrey Merck, Greg Mall, Rob Haynes leading the pack.
And Jeffrey Merck just took a peek there at Justin Michael there on the inside. Doing it again here going into 3 and 4. Looking to the inside there. Justin Michael shuts the door. Looks like Jeffrey's going to get a better run off the corner on the inside there, taking Justin Michael low. Looks like Justin Michael had a little bit of connection issue there and might have lifted there too. I'm not sure. Did you see that, Scott?
Yeah, I did see him blink a little bit on the outside there, but right now Greg Mall also looking to take advantage. Second spot, Justin Michael moves back down to 3rd, and here comes Rob Haynes. Justin Michael dropping back here.
So with fuel strategy and 111 laps, this is really going to play into that as well. If these guys can make it 36 laps, let's see, I got to do some funny math.
I was trying to do the math in my head these last couple minutes, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll ask Ken to do it.
I think you got to do 37 laps a stint, so that's going to be pushing it to do this in 2 stops.
Yeah, because 36 would bring you to 72, right? And 36 from there would bring you to 108 laps, which would be 3 laps short from the finish. So.
Yeah, so you're going to have to do 37 laps to
and we're looking at Justin Michael right now entering pit road on lap 31.
And I hear another one, the 42 car, Bob Wells, 54 car, Trent Drum headed to pit lane as well. Still watching Jeffrey Merck as the leader, seeing when he's going to go in. And he is calling out, he's headed to the pits this time by.
16 fitting. Fitting this time. 77. 80.
So it looks like my fuel calculations were about right, Scott, about 30 to 34 laps.
Yeah.
And
right
that's
there.
really going to play into this because that's going to leave a short pit towards the end here where, the next set of pit stops might really change things up.
33.
Yeah, that could get really exciting. So Let's call it 32 laps.
66
32
pit.
gets you to 64. After that, another 32 gets you to 96.
33 pit,
And I think that's going to
33
leave 15 laps left over at the end of the race,
18
assuming this
pit.
thing stays green here. Looking at a leader, Greg Mall coming to pit road as well.
123
Gets a
pitting.
woe down to the cone, 45 miles an
38
hour. Looks
pitting.
like he made it, no
38
problem.
pitting.
Wesley Holland
78
on
pitting.
pit lane right now in that second position. Dives down in there in that black. Can't tell what the sponsor is on that car. Meanwhile, Doug
That's green,
Heveron
yeah.
and Doug Heveron headed out of the pits with Charles Whitner and the 01 car there.
77 pitting in again.
Let's watch this race off of pit road here. Like I said, Doug Heveron in that Bentley's Chevy ZL1. DFH from Krankenstein Racing.
24 pitting, 24 pit.
24, Brian Brazil, you heard him pitting this time, our Daytona 500 winner.
So I believe that we have our first penalty of the night. I think it was Jack Watts. I'm not sure, but either he missed his pit lanes or something, but he's back on pit lane. He's going to end up giving up a lot of track position. He was having a fairly good night, running close to that top 10, and this is his second time on pit lane, so this is definitely going to hurt.
Yeah, second time, I don't know if he missed a stop the first time, not
And
sure what happened,
caution
but
is
the
out.
yellow flag is out. Wow.
During that set of pit stops, that's going to be interesting. And currently, I'm showing Wally Turheimer up front right now.
Check.
To see where he is on track. Oh, he's on pit lane. So he was entering pit lane when that caution came out. So he's exiting pit lane now. So he isn't going to go a lap down, but I don't think he's going to have the lead when this is over.
Yeah, pace car off of turn 2 here. Picks up Jeffrey
Pace
Mark.
car
Looks like going to be our
going into
leader,
third.
and Justin Mike in second here.
So were you able to decipher what happened in the back there, Scott, or what happened?
Do you know what car it was at all, Ken? Do you have an eyeball on
don't.
that? Yeah.
I didn't even see any smoke. Well, you know something else, Scott. This is
Pretty good game there
this
for
pit
you there, Wallace.
coming out at this time. This is going to be about 3 laps of caution. I wonder if people are going to go back into pit lane. This is really going to jumble things up when it comes to field strategy, I believe. So we'll be taking the green flag with 38 laps on the board. Yeah, it probably still won't make it. There'll be guys that'll try it, though, I believe. Trying to get the field sorted out. Trying to figure out what happened here, but I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I
So
did a
Brian,
quick scan
I thought
through,
you
and
were
I
gonna
couldn't
miss it
find
quickly.
anything at all, so I don't know.
Back through and trying to find even any damaged cars with no quick repairs. You think you'd see damaged cars. It could have been just a self-spin. You know, that was one thing I was mentioning. You know, on cold tires, we had a lot of people leaving pit lane, and they might have forgot. They got used to driving it hard after the tires got hot, got out there on cold tires after pit stops, and somebody just, you know, did a self-spin out there.
And let me ask you this. Do you have Greg Mall on your scoring sheet? Is he
I'm
running
looking
40th?
here. Greg Mall. No, I am not showing Greg Mall in 40th. I'm showing him in 38th, 1 lap down, actually.
Was it coming in or going out? Tim?
Coming in.
I don't see him on the track, though, so he might
Careful.
be in the garage.
Yeah, he's on pit lane, I believe. I'm going to rewind the tape here.
It was
See
borderline.
if-
That's why I issued the warning, okay?
It was him at all, but
Nope, got it. Understand.
interesting. Not sure where that yellow was, but nonetheless, 2 to go here. Cross lap number 37. I don't think there were any takers on pit road that time. Did you see any, Ken? Popping off?
No,
fuel, or-
yeah, there's a few on pit road right now. Yeah, a bunch of guys on pit lane right now. I don't know, about 15 cars it looks like. Jack Watts in that. That's how I recognized it. I seen that Bud car. Now, whatever happened to Jack Watts there for that second penalty or whatever happened, there's still quite a few cars on pit lane there. My timing and scoring is taking a second here to catch up. That was a very very inopportune time for that caution to come out. It really jumbled up the field.
Yeah, I think Jack Watts, I'm trying to figure out here if he's a lap down or not. And he looks like he's running 4th behind the pace car, but
Yeah, I think he's a lap
he has a
down.
lap down, yeah, in 30th place.
And he'll probably end up dropping to the back because I think he's already too late for the lucky dog. So he'll have to drop back with the cars here when the the lights on the pace car go out, which they just
There
did.
they
So,
go.
and Jeffrey Merck. Oh, actually, Jeffrey Merck. Wow, he was pinned a
Oh.
lap down.
I see what's happening here. That's why it's all
Yeah.
screwed up. But Jeffrey Mark, who we thought was the leader, is one of the wave around cars. Bunch of cars waving around, so this is going to get confusing really quick, but we'll try to follow the action as they reline up behind the pace car and figure out exactly who's the leader here.
Yeah, we got Andrew Schulte, Rod Minton, Kyle Chadwick, Rob Haynes, Justin Michael, all Jeff Gilmore, Wally Turheimer, Vernon Margheim, Loretto Lakes,
No, but I'm not getting
all
the
caught
white
a
flag.
lap down and now getting the wave around. 18 car, Brian Bazell,
Might want to delay
123
green
of
a lap.
Michael Milfelt. Yeah, there's a bunch of
Wow.
cars. Wesley Holland.
If you're going to stay on pit road all day, you got to go when you come off.
Yeah, just a ton of cars. So it looks like pretty much the whole field got the wave around. I could go through this all night.
All the way back to James Brown in 19th, running around here. I wonder if it does go back to Jack Watts. I wonder if Jack Watts is the actual leader here.
I don't think so. I think Jack had the penalty, so that's... Well, I'm not really sure if it was a penalty, but he ended on pit lane twice, and Jack Watts has rolled backwards a little bit here. He might still be on the lead lap, though, is the question that I'm trying to figure out here.
All right, so we were going to go that green that time, but I think the admins delayed the green so we can get the field all lined up because there were so many wave rounds. I'm going to
Yeah, and I
say
hear...
Christopher
I hear-
Davis.
Yeah, I'm showing Jeffrey Merck still in the lead, but I'm kind of confused. I think we have to wait for the cars to come around here. I think the NASCAR officials trying to get the... That's why we put the caution back out, is because I can hear the driver's frustration is over the radio.
Right.
You know, the timing and scoring got all jacked up when that caution came up under pit stop. So trying to get the field reset here. I think after they cross the start-finish line, next time by we'll have a better idea where everybody stands.
But the lights are out on the pace cars, so I think we might actually be going green this time. When they do that many wave rounds, Ken, correct me if I'm wrong, but they will start
Yep.
single file, so...
Well, that would put Jeffrey Merck in the lead.
Yeah, I just wonder what positions
But
these cars in front. Charlie Widner, Chris Davis. What positions they're in up here? Sean Turner up
Well,
there,
the-
and lights are back
we're-
on the pace car, not going green.
Yeah, the officials are having a hard time with timing and scoring too, Scott, so I don't feel so bad. They keep on having to put the caution back out. I think we got some penalties going on. We got all kinds of craziness going on. And our race officials are trying to get it sorted out with the drivers right now. Radio chatter going back and forth. It is interesting that Christopher Davis, who is right behind the pace car, and then Charles Widener are in that second position. It's kind of, they're not showing up on the timing and scoring even remotely that makes sense right now.
Yeah, I'm showing Christopher Davis 27 seconds in 23rd spot. I think he might be technically tail end of the lead lap, but I'm just surprised that it hasn't waved him around the pace car.
So
Oh,
I'm
sounds-
hearing,
Yeah, you just heard that, Ken?
yeah, black flags for the top two cars right now. Maybe that's why they're not showing up in timing and scoring.
Yeah, so I believe we are going green this time. Jeffrey Merck is technically the leader, followed by Justin Michael, Robert Haynes. And you'll probably see these top two cars here, either pit this time or next time by. I'm not sure which. And we're not going green. Oh, there it goes. Pace car off the track. Green flag coming out. Looks like Joe Marks coming down to pit road there as well. And we're under green here. Lap number 40, coming to 42 here at Las Vegas.
Yeah, unfortunate for a lot of cars tonight, getting caught up at the wrong time with that caution flag. I'm going to watch these two, the 95 and of Charles Widener and 38 of Christopher Davis, headed to pit lane this time by. Jeffrey Merck looking on the outside, making sure that he's clear when those guys hit pit lane. They're going in to serve black flag penalties at the moment.
Yeah, here you go. You see it, Charlie Widener in that Craftsman Chevy truck there on the inside with Christopher Davis. Unfortunate situation there.
We got a wreck. We got the caution flag out again.
We do. Let's take a look at what happened here.
Trying to find where the incident happened here. Not entirely sure on this one either. I was looking up front.
Yeah, I just found it. John Pansula off of turn number 4. Let's take a look here. And the 01 Haviland car just gets a little bit loose all by himself. You'll see this with the 29 of Robert Matisse, behind him there. Overcorrects a little bit, takes it to the inside. Left slide there through the grass. Robert Mattis unfortunately gets a little bit of contact there as well.
Yeah, unfortunate. Well, here's something interesting, Scott. So now that the caution came back out, all the cars are going to get set up properly this time. And it's going to probably leave some guys lap down, but we got 44 laps on the books. And then if you come down, that could leave it down to one stop. So do you come down now, top it off, make sure you have that fuel to do one more stop? Or do you stay out, just take your chances?
I think if I was anywhere at least in the top 10, maybe the top 15, I'm staying out for sure. Seems like yellow flags are going to start flying here. Although, just like I say that,
well,
Justin Michael
yep.
and Robert Haynes, Kyle Chadwick down pit road.
And Jeffrey Merck stayed out.
Wow.
You know what they say, though, Scott? Cautions breed cautions, and that might be what Jeffrey Merck's thinking about.
That's right.
And there goes that 77 car of Jack Watts now is getting his lap back. So I was right. We're getting this timing and scoring sorted now. That actually helped Jack Watts, who struggled there, ended up making an extra pit stop during green flags, went down a lap, and now these two consecutive yellow flags here allowed him to get back on the lead lap.
All right, as we reset the field up here, Jeffrey Merck on the starting from the pole here. Rob Mitten second, and Jeffrey Gilmore gonna be starting third up here.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm looking back to see where Justin Michael is going to come out now. Is Justin Michael, when we cross the start-finish line, how far in the pack he's going to be? Looks like he's going to be, maybe outside of the top 10 even.
At least outside top 10, I would think. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that stayed out here.
So as we get ready to cross the start-finish line, I'm showing 30 cars on the lead lap out of the 41 cars that started the race tonight.
I'm going to bring up real quick the 75 of Wally Tierheimer from Bandit Motorsports, running fourth right now. Wally, can you help us make sense of what's been going on here the last caution or two with these lineups?
Well, I think that there were some cars. The yellow came out when people were in the pit, and there were leaders that hadn't pitted, and everyone else had pit. And then I think that once the green or the one to go came out, people were confused because it was telling people to go past this guy and then another person, you got to get behind me, but they really weren't in the, supposed to be in that position. So they extended it a couple times so we can get it straight.
All right, well, so far, good race for you. You were running the back a little bit earlier, but now you find yourself up in fourth spot. So what do you got for these guys? Now we got Justin Michael to the back, Rob Haynes to the back. It's time for you to shine up here in the front. What do you say?
Well, I think that they're trying. I don't know if they're just topping off or what, but I'm good on fuel on the rest of the stops and separating in fuel runs. So I don't know why they wanted to go to the back. Maybe they thought they had a little problem, but I'll see what I can do up here. This car and setup is a little tricky for me, so I'll do what I can.
All right, we'll be watching Wally in that Dutch Bros Ford Fusion. Good luck out there, Wally.
All right, Scott. Thanks, man. Thanks for the paint too.
You bet.
Nothing like showing off your paint job there, Scott Patton of Patented Paints. That is a nice looking Dutch Bros car, though. I do admit.
It is.
Now, what is Dutch Bros? We'll give them a free plug here.
It's a coffee company from what I've seen, a Canadian coffee company. So Wally just changed jobs last year, got a new job, and that's his gig. So we've got him a new car for it.
Well, the lights went out on the pace car. We're going to get the field 2x2 here. Jeffrey Merck taking the outside there. Wants to start on the outside. On his inside, it looks like he's got the 92 of Rob Minton. On the outside, Jeff Gilmore in that third position. Wally Tierheimer, who we just spoke to, in fourth. And Michael Milfeld Jr. wrapping out the top 5.
I think we should get it done while we can here. We're going to crank it up on this restart for everybody here. If you're watching this on a TV, we are broadcasting in 2K resolution, by the way. If you're on a phone, you can press the little 3 dots on the corner, go to advanced options, and it'll have an option for 1440p. That'll give you the best resolution, best picture, and most importantly, best sound quality here as we crank it up. Same thing, if you got it on your TV, throw it on the big screen and let's go racing here. 47 laps on the board. Jeffrey Merck, take him down to the green flag. We're going to crank it up for you. There you have it, folks. Still in the lead up here. Jeffrey Merck, 50 laps on the board, almost halfway.
So yeah, while we were doing the crank it up there, Sean Turner got in the wall. He's headed to pit lane right now. Car got loose on him, tried to correct and slid it up into the wall there. We stayed green. Sean Turner brings it into pit lane.
Oh, we watched Jeffrey Merck get a little loose up there, turn 4 as your leader. Saw some smoke coming out of the rear of those cars. Rob Minton in second place here, looking to take advantage, see if he can get to his bumper.
Not only does he get to his bumper, he gets to his inside there in turns 1 and 2 there. Can he get the momentum off the corner is a question. I imagine Jeffrey is taking it easy on tires, and Jeffrey has the momentum and holds on to that position. We got Wesley Holland now in third, who isn't shy to the lead at all. Sully was running around the top 5 all night, but now he finds himself with all the shuffling going on tonight in that third position, that red and black 41 car.
Yeah, nice run by Wesley Holland. Hasn't led any laps yet.
Caution is out.
And yellow's out. We'll take a look at what happened here. Looks like James Brown maybe got into trouble here. We'll take a look.
Sounds like maybe Wally Tierheimer was involved with that. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's got some damage.
Taking a look here what happened. Let's watch it live together, I guess. Here's James Brown on the outside. There's Wally. Michael Milfeld just gets into Wally Tierheimer. James Brown into turn number 1 gets collected. Tough break by Wally Tierheimer there, getting collected. We just talked to him about his positive outlook on the rest of this race, but
yeah, we've been jinxing that lately, Scott. Every time we talk to a driver, when we kind of end their night. They're going to be afraid of us eventually.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, a really tough break. Sorry to see your paint job get all scuffed up like that.
Yeah. I'll have to charge him for a new one this week.
He's getting sheet metal pounded out on that car. It's going to take a little bit of time, I imagine. Meanwhile, back up front, Jeffrey Merck headed to pit lane. So, you know, with Justin Michael staying out, I imagine at this point, Justin Michael or that crew that came in and came in early will probably stay out, I'd imagine. And we'll have a different set of leaders after these pit stops.
Look
Jeffrey
at Justin
Merck.
Michael, Rob Haynes. They're all in pit road as well.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's definitely going to make it one more stop if we stay green. But I don't know, Scott. Ever since we had that caution, we seem to be breeding them now.
Yeah, I think there might be a handful of cars that did stay out there. I'm looking at Greg Mall up here in the front. Jason Hughes in that 58 SRX Chevy there.
Yeah, and I have a feeling, so Jeffrey Merck is leaving pit lane in about 6th or 7th position. Doug Hevron, there's a few drivers out there that all beat Jeffrey Merck out. I don't know if they took 2 tires, no tires. I think Justin Michael beat him out. Might have been a 2-tire stop, topping it off. Oh no, Justin Michael didn't beat him off. I still have to wait for the time and scoring to come around.
Yeah, mine's being a little bit slow here as well. I'm looking at Jason Hughes as what I believe is the race leader here. And all these cars in front of him, Greg Mall, Keith Haney, Charlie Widner are on the tail end lead lap. They're going to get the wave rounds here. I see
Yeah.
Trent Drum come to pit road because they are behind the leader and they're going to be sent to the back here, so they have nothing to lose. It's like Jack Watts coming to pit road as well.
At least Charles Widner will be able to get back on the lead lap after having a tough start to this race, that's for sure. And he's going to need even more cautions to get it done. He's going to be on old tires when we restart this thing, and he's got his work cut out for him tonight.
Yep, that's for sure. We're in the cockpit now of Jason Hughes, looking forward to Greg Mall in that 303 Ford.
Vernon Margheim kind of running back there in the 20. If I remember, the mid-20s earlier tonight, now is up in the 2nd spot behind Jason Hughes. And I'm not sure what the pit strategy is on Vernon's car there. Brian Bazell just behind them. Wesley Holland, I'm pretty sure, came into pit lane that last stop.
Vernon Margram, our winner last week from California, so hopefully he can have another good run this week.
I was looking at the back of Jason Hughes' car. He's got quite a bit of damage on the back. Well, a little bit at least. Not sure where it came from, but somebody must have gotten into him. Or he was out dirt tracking that thing around the track.
A couple guys I saw dirt tracking this afternoon, including our leader. We saw Jeffrey Merck getting sideways all by himself, so I don't think anybody is too good to not keep this all 4 wheels under him.
I think what happens, Scott, is, you know, the car is loose for the, like I said, about the first 5-7 laps. And then you get to racing, you race the 30, 40 laps that you have on a fuel run, and then the next 30 laps, the car is super tight. And then so after a pit stop and you get back on those cold tires again, you forget, and then you drive it hard, and then the back end wants to snap out on you.
Yep, sounds about right. Set our top 5 here. Jason Hughes on the inside, Vernon Margheim, 2nd place on the outside. Daytona 500, Brian Bazell on the inside. Wesley Holland starting P4th. And Kyle Chadwick in 5th. And Andrew Schulte, I believe that was, in 6th.
Yep, Andrew Schulte, Brian Abbott in 7th. Doug Hevron having a nice night tonight. I haven't had a chance to really talk about him the past few races. Up there in that 8th position, Jeffrey Merck in 9th, and Rod Minton wraps out the top 10. Lights are out on the pace car. We're getting ready to do this again. And we are right at the halfway point.
Halfway down, lights are out. Jason Hughes in the SRX Chevy ZL1 looking to take another green flag here. Waiting for it, trying to get a good jump, and there he goes. Vernon Margheim sleeping a little bit on the start there, goes side by side with Brian Bazell for second.
Yeah, he's getting challenged hard by Brian there in that 18 car. That 18 Mac car. Oh, and he's looking for the lead there. Brian Bazell is looking at Jason Hughes. On the inside of Jason Hughes, we're 2x2 there. Just behind them. Oh, we got another caution. Brad Ream.
Yellows out Brad Ream. We'll take a look at in a second here what's going on once they settle down. I think if that was Brad Ream on the radio, I'm hearing some chat saying, somebody saying it was all their fault, taking complete responsibility for it. We'll take a look at what happened. And yeah, we're up here with that Wally again, I believe. Getting involved. Oh no, that was Michael Melfelt. I'll see if I can cue that up in a minute here for us.
Yeah, a lot of damage on that 61 car there, Brad Ream. He got it both in the front and the back there. I'm not sure. Got another damaged car ahead of him. Trying to figure out who that is. I see some damage there on the 54 car. Trent Drum. Christopher Davis got some damage. .32 car. Josh R. Scott, we haven't talked about him tonight. Got quite a bit of damage on the front and the back of that car. All these cars with damage are now headed to pit lane while our producer here tries to figure out what happened. Now, I don't know about you, Scott, but I don't know. The cameraman wasn't showing up for me.
So the
I tried to go
problem
back
is,
and
yeah, all these guys in the back are just, they don't show data here from like 25th on back. I don't know how it's working for you, but
yeah, I think it's a iRacing server issue. They can only push so many cars if they're having a poor night, quality night. So we don't get to see necessarily all 42 cars like we want to sometimes. But looks like quite a few cars were collected. Like I said, Christopher Davis might have been involved. 32 car. I don't know. It looks like about 5 cars might have been involved based on the damaged cars I'm seeing right now. Going back here, Greg Mall in the 303 car, totally missing the front clip on that car. A lap down, he might have been involved. And he was running.
Yeah, Miller Fortune Beard car. Just that car is fresh off the press here, fresh out the paint room floor, showroom floor this morning.
Yeah, tough break for all these drivers. Well, looking back up front, Scott, Brian Bazell is now in command of this thing with Vernon Margheim.
And yeah, check that out, right? Week 1 winner from Daytona, Brian Bazell. Week 2 from California, Vernon Margheim. I put out a post earlier today saying who's going to be the 3rd different winner this season. These guys are looking to double up on their wins.
But notice who's in 3rd there. I'm pretty sure that that Wesley's going to be game for breaking that win streak up for those 2 guys.
That's true, and he's got his teammate right behind him as well, Kyle Chadwick running in 4th.
NASCAR officials are working really hard tonight, trying to get these guys lined up and resorted. I'm hearing a lot of radio chatter again. I think we're seeing a little bit of frustration. I think the gambling isn't paying off. Everybody's throwing away their money here. Throwing their money away in that on that roulette table that we're playing tonight. Looks like we got our pit road reporter back.
We do. Matt LaVenture finished his hot dogs, finished his beer down there, and joined us up in the booth. What's going on, Matty?
Not too much, guys. Watching a heck of a race up here, and wonder who the comers and goers are. Just about a little beyond halfway through. Those hot dogs are expensive here.
How do they compare to the Martinsville hot dogs? What do you think?
Marty has everybody covered.
There you have it. Comers and goers, we've got a bunch of them, pretty much the entire field. You name them, they've probably been involved in an incident of some sort, with the exception of maybe our top 3 up here. Brian Bazell, Vernon Margheim, staying clean so far. Leading the field here. Week's number 1 winner and week's number 2 winner.
Lights are out in the pace car. Top 5, Brian Bazell. And like you said, Scott, on the inside this time, didn't take the outside. Vernon Margheim on his outside. On the inside, Wesley Holland. Outside, Kyle Chadwick. Andrew Schulte rounds out that top 5.
We're going to watch this restart from the roof cam of Brian Abbott. How about that? Running 6th spot right now, right behind Kyle Chadwick.
The lights are out in the pace car. We're waiting for the pace car to duck in here. Pace car takes that turn into pit lane, and we're holding them. We're going green. Wow, kind of a weird start there. Late start there for the 18 car, but he gets a great jump. That allows Wesley Holland to stick right to his back bumper, follow him through, and both get by Vernon Margheim.
Those top 4, well, top 3 anyway, single file out. Just looks like Kyle Chadwick trying to figure out what he wants to do here, back here with Andrew Schulte on his inside. And Chadwick into the wall.
Oh, he's still trying to get it saved here. Not sure. I think he got it saved. Oh, this is going to bring out the caution. Yep, definitely. Oh, big hit. Caution's out.
There's a caution. We'll rewind this one, see what happened.
He wrecked that thing like 50 times before he really hit it. A lot of smoke coming out of that car now too, so that might end Kyle Chadwick's night there. That's what I was talking about, Scott. These cars are really free on these opening laps, and if you're not treating that old girl well, she's gonna bite you.
You called it there. He's got 9 laps on these tires when this happened, but as we watch him bounce off the back stretch here, wall into turn number 3, tries to climb it, and I imagine probably comes down the track and collects other. David Schreck moving through there. 66, I think that's Anthony Santoro. Jason Hughes escapes on the inside.
Well, that all happened behind our top 3, so they remain intact. Brian Bazell, Wesley Holland, and Vernon Margheim. That allowed Andrew Schulte and Brian Abbott to both move into that top 5 now. That incident. And look at just behind them, we got the 92, Rob Minton, who's having a fantastic night. But also got Jeffrey Merck, who kind of been coming and going. Talking about somebody who's been coming and going all night. It's been Jeffrey Merck.
Yeah, how about we change it up here? You want to talk to Rod Minton, Ken?
Yeah, let's get some radio time with him.
All right, here we go.
Hey, Rod, up here with myself and Scott Patton. How's your race going tonight?
A little better than expected. I mean, I thought we practiced good, didn't quite qualify where I wanted, but we've had speed. Looks like we can compete with these guys today. Pretty excited.
Yeah, you're having a pretty good night right now in that sixth spot. And you got lucky to avoid the incident there with Kyle Chadwick. So what's it like out there on cold tires?
Oh man, it's a dirt track. I mean, you just kind of gotta get the car pointing the right way and just get the gas down as quick as you can, faster than the other guy, but not hit it too hard.
Yeah, it seems like when we're opening up laps here on cold tires, everybody's kind of struggling, and we're seeing a lot of cautions after that first one, and it looks like that's the reason guys are getting really loose here in the opening laps.
Yeah, you just gotta get what you can on these restarts, because a guy slips up, you gotta hurry up and jump on him.
So what do you got for these guys at the end of the race? Looks like you're gonna have to at least make one more pit stop.
Yeah, just looking to get that last stop, and hopefully we can get a good green run here to the end. I mean, seems like we're better on the restarts, so we can pick them off, but I feel like we've had a little bit of speed too in the long run, so we'll see.
All right, well, wish you luck. Good luck out there tonight.
Hey, Rod,
yeah,
it's Scott up here. What teammates do you have around you to help you maybe strategize to the end of this thing? Any teammates you're running with?
No, not really. Kind of a lone wolf. I don't see any of my buddies really up here that I usually race around. So yeah, just gonna go up there and get it.
All right, sounds good. Which room are you going into? What did I pull you from?
I was like in the main iRacing.
Okay. Here we go. Good luck out there, Rob.
Thank you.
All right, we're about a lap and a half away from going green here. Looks like everybody's going to have to make one more stop. We're 65 laps into this out of 111. So the fuel strategy is back off. Like I said, everybody's going to have to make at least one more stop.
So Ken, my question is, excuse me, do you, in Ken Huber's very fast, very talented racing mind, are you going to short pit and expect it? I mean, we've had more cautions, I guess, than I thought we would have. Are you going to short pit and expect it to run long, or are you going to long pit and try and get a shorter time at pit road? What's Ken thinking?
For Ken, I would probably short pit, and my reasoning behind it was because on cold tires the car is really loose. So if these guys don't crash in 10 laps, the cars are going to get really tight. So that's probably going to clean up the racing, and then I'll probably feel pretty comfortable short pitting it and coming in right at the halfway point on tire wear.
Very cool.
So right now, our leader, Brian Bazell, has the most laps on his tires, 14 laps. So probably looking at another 16, 17 laps before he has to pit. Is that right, Ken?
Yeah, that's what I'm showing here.
All right. His lights are out one more time as we line them up. Wesley Holland starting second. Brian chose the outside lane, so Wesley Holland on the inside. See if he has anything for him on the restart. Has not led a lap yet today.
Yeah, and last time Brian on that last restart held up all the way until that flag come out. He started that almost after the restart zone. It was kind of caught me off guard as just calling it. So I wonder if he's going to do that again and maybe force Wesley to jump that start.
Yeah, you definitely know these guys understand how important it is with the slick tires and clean air to get a good solid start. Here we go.
Here we go. Pace car makes a left turn. Brian Bazell and the Mack truck Chevy on the loud pedal one more time. Lap number 67 going on the board. Wesley Holland in second. Followed in close there, single filed out. Vernon Margheim and Andrew Schulte trying to figure it out here in turn number 1.
Yeah, Brian didn't waste as much time that time on that restart. He's got Wesley Holland now looking on the outside there, though. And that extra little bit. Ooh, and Wesley brushes the wall there. Got some lap traffic. Damaged car coming out of the track there on the low side there. Guys so far getting around him cleanly. Yeah, Wesley Holland stepping that thing out. Brian is challenging back on the inside there.
Looking on the inside in turn number 1. See if he can clear him here. Gets a little loose. See him Watton flies there into the cockpit. Slides up in front.
One around.
And sideways off of turn number 2. All collected. Yellow flag is out. Big accident here.
Oh, that was Jeffrey Merck 2 weeks in a row, too. He got involved with that one as well. I think there might have been also something else going on in the back there, Scott. I'm not really sure, but I think there might have been another incident. Just not the leaders here.
Yeah, it looked like the rear incident started first. I just saw cars spinning across track, and then off at 2, some of the front runners.
Yeah, let's look at Brian Bazell all by himself here, getting loose. Andrew Schulte. Ooh, damage on the right side of the door there. Vernon Margheim just barely squeaks through. Jeffrey Merck, Rob Haynes, Justin Michael, I think, may have gotten through with no damage. A lot of cars in that one.
Yeah. And everybody kind of, all those cars that were involved in that incident, they all kind of aimed low to try to avoid it, and then the whole wreck went low.
That took out a lot of good cars. As this field kind of got shuffled through tire strategy and some early incidents, there were plenty of fast guys out back that were looking to make their way back to the front. Fortunately, the day's probably going to be cut a little bit short here as we watch Andrew Schulte pit road. Looks like Rob Haynes coming pit road behind him.
So that's still going to leave, I don't think they're going to be able to make it on field for everybody that's hitting pit road right now, unless they're planning on just slow rolling it for the rest of the race and hoping for greens. But at this point, I don't know, Scott, it doesn't look like these guys are kind of behaving those cold tires very well.
I was just looking at the numbers, guys. We're going to be close here. You're going to have cars that undoubtedly try and make the race. But you're right, Cam. There's going to be some cars that try and do it and can't. And some guys that just know they're going to have to pit. And you see some short pitters on pit road that know they're coming back. It's going to be an interesting finish.
Yeah, and the way these cautions have been falling, I kind of have a feeling that we're not done. However, after the next restart, if there is another caution, that's pretty much going to throw a fuel mileage race out of the equation again. So that'll allow everybody to come down pit lane. And then these guys that are pitting late, like you said, Matt, that they'll probably be able to stay out and finish the race. Of course, they'll have a couple laps on their tires or whatever.
Yeah. I was just looking at the numbers here. Through the field, it looks like it's about a 50-50 split of guys that short pitted and long pitted took a full tank. And also I noticed, obviously this series has a ton of talent in it, but you look at some big, strong cars at the back of the lead lap. Heath Smith and Santoro, Merck. These guys are still in lead lap according to the leaderboard here, and so that's trouble at the end of the race if you're in front and you're worrying about fuel.
Definitely.
And these guys probably just filled up their fuel tank too, right? Probably just got fresh fuel. So I'm looking at the guys up front, 17, 18, 19 laps on their tires and fuel tank, so they can probably run another 10 to 12 laps, whereas the guys that just pitted this caution have another 35 laps in, well, maybe 30, 32, I think, laps in the tank. So we get some green flag laps under our belt. Should be a real interesting strategy here going to the end with 40 laps to go.
Speaking of strong cars, the 87 car of Justin Michael now back in the top 5. Kind of led the first half of this race, or the first part of this race anyway, before that first caution. Slowly kind of got put back because of fuel strategy or tire strategy or whatever he was doing. Now back up in that top 5.
From Martinsburg, West Virginia, Justin Michael here.
Other guy I was just looking at, Chris Davis. He is 2 laps down, but at the pace, there's a couple guys 2 laps down, and they're all talented drivers. At the pace the cautions are coming out, I wouldn't count those guys out either. They got clean cars.
Although I think Christopher Davis backed it into one of those Canadian maple trees. There's a telephone pole size indent in the rear trunk lid.
So less spoiler.
Yeah, it makes the car faster.
Right.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right, I think the pace car, the lights are out on the pace car. We got about a half a lap to go before we go green again. Wesley Holland out on front chose that outside lane. Below him in second is Vernon Margrime in that 33 car. Rodman in third. Brian Abbott in fourth, and Justin Michael in this spot. Ken Richardson in sixth. Haven't talked about him much. He's normally a fast driver. Now finds himself touching that top 5. Jeff Gilmore in 7th, Jason Hughes in 8th, Robert Madison 9th, Jack Watts, who has actually come from a lap down to make it back up into the top 10.
Wow, great job by Jack Watts up here. Loretta Lakes up there, hasn't given up, in 24th in the Black Mamba car.
All right, boys, let's keep her clean and green.
Here we go. Back up front, Wesley Holland on the outside, and number 41. One more time. Let's let her rip. Green flag's out. On the loud paddle, Wesley Holland gets a huge jump there. Vernon Margam on the inside. Looking at Brian Abbott side by side there with Rob Mitten as Justin Michael looks 3 wide on the inside here.
Oh boy, this could be a fist fight these first couple laps.
Yeah, Justin Michael making that inside, just kind of almost gets into the back of Vernon Margheim there, just brushes a little bit, doesn't quite touch, gets that position, loosen it, get him a little bit of aero loose, get under him.
Wow, for the way that Justin Michael was driving through the field there, I would imagine he was on fresher tires, but I'm showing he's on the exact same tires as Vernon Margheim and West and everybody up here.
Now, if you remember, our leader, Wesley Holland, he did brush the wall, and I'm not sure if he's got any damage on that car. Maybe a little bit of slight right-hand damage on that car. And that could potentially slow him. Oh, Jason Hughes gets big time sideways. Saves it. He's down on the apron now.
David Schreck. Haven't talked much about him, but just getting loose there in the entry of turn 3. These guys sorted out back in the pack here.
Yeah, Jason Hughes, man, it caused big jam up of traffic there with Anthony Santoro, and looks like the 22 car of maybe Doug Heveron.
Back up front, Wesley Holland leading him down here. Justin Michael in second.
Good job on Hughes, though, getting back on the track. That was an excellent job. It did make a little bit of gap, though, for those guys to catch back up.
One thing about Smoke, he's used to being sideways, I think.
This is true. He's right in his comfort zone.
Kind of looking through the field here. I'm looking at Michael Milfelt Jr. here. Back in 10th. Had a little battle just behind them, Charles Widner and Brian Bazell, who was running up front earlier tonight. Finds himself now in that 13th position. Actually, I think I got 2 cars mixed up here. That was actually Loretto Lakes and Charles Widner.
Back at the front, Justin Michael he's poised and ready to jump. He's just looking around on with the nose. Here he goes on the inside.
Inside of Wesley Holland off of turn 2. Clears him, giving the lead to Justin Michael here, back up front. Awesome job by Justin with, thought I saw some rear damage there. Maybe on the left, no? I think it's just the design of the Toyota Camry, but awesome job by him. If you remember right, Ken and Matt, Justin took the pit strategy early on, took some tires, went all the way back to 15th plus, and then worked his way back through the pack through some more strategy as well as green flag racing, fresh tires, avoiding wrecks. Back up to lead here with just 30 laps to go or so.
And, that's what I was going to say, Scott. The biggest accomplishment for Justin Michael, I mean, he's back where he started the night, out in front, but the biggest accomplishment was avoiding all those wrecks, because he put himself back there on the first caution, and he's must had 5-6 wrecks happen in front of him ever since he restarted.
And back here in 4th right now, I'm watching Rob Mitten. He continuing to take a peek here on Vernon Margheim. He is clearly not content with sitting in 4th back here. Awesome job by Rod up here. Hopefully we
got
didn't
a lap
jinx.
car.
Hopefully didn't jinx him, Ken. Oh, there's
that's
Chadwick on the outside there. Yeah.
Yeah, missing the whole front end of that car. Out there trying to get points and trying to stay out of the way.
Watch
Easier
Vernon
said than done.
Margheim here on the outside of Wesley Holland for 2nd spot. Awesome move there on the outside.
Yeah, I'm still kind of wondering if Wesley Holland's got some damage on that car, because he did kind of smack that wall. And I think aero here is really critical. The way these cars drive, especially as you get the tires heated up and they get so tight. If you can't get that nose planted, makes it a real struggle.
Yeah, I agree. That nose planted is important, especially if you're in the draft. P3 through 5, right up front, that is a gunfight right now. Those 3 are dicing and trying to figure out how to get around each other, and all 3 of them are running similar strategies to beat all 3.
All 3 of them are watching Justin Michael march away with this thing right now.
So, Scott, I'm back here looking at the 95 car in the 10th position here of Charles Widner. Now getting past, but I think it was just because he had to check up there. But he was at the back of the field for most of the night, and now he's touching on the top 10 here, working on Jack Watson, that 77 car, and the 199 car of Rob Haynes.
Great battle back here for 10th spot, 9th, 10th, 11th.
As they go by, I see Jeffrey Merck exiting pit lane. Long time on pit lane getting that damage fixed. So he's had 2 rough weeks in a row there, Scott.
Yeah, tough break for Jeffrey Merck. You got to keep in mind, too, that unlike the regular Cup Series where wins will pretty much lock you into the playoff, give you a guaranteed spot, that's not the way it works here. Multi-League Series is strictly by points. So top 16 of points when we cut to the chase here later in the fall is what makes it. So unfortunately for Jeffrey Merck, he's got a lot of points to make up. I'm sure, I assume he's probably a pretty good bet to see in victory lane later this year, but unfortunately win's not going to get him guaranteed in the playoffs.
Hey,
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Matt.
Mike Milfelt up here. He's lost a few positions, but he's fighting like hell to keep these car up with this lead group. And I'll tell you what, there's some comers and goers, just like we talked about earlier. There's some guys that played this thing out right, and they are marching forward now. Milfelt is just battling as hard as he can to keep that car where it is, but there are some fast guys behind him.
Yeah, speaking of comers, Michael Milfeld is one of those, up 11 spots, started 17th. Currently in that 6th spot is Ken Richardson, and Rob Haynes look to the inside of him in turn 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Now we got some heat in the tires, so I'd be more comfortable. You were talking earlier, Matt, about pit strategy. You know, I think, you know, if you're going to short pit it or try to get as much tire wear, the best benefit for tire wear would be come in about in that lap 90 or so and get that final fuel stop made.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stints right now. Justin Michael, pretty much all these guys in the top 6 spots, down back through Ken Richardson. We just saw, we were just hearing on the radio, Loretto Lakes in the 24 is going to pit this time. I think we're going to see the top 5. We're going to be forced to pit here in the next 2 or 3 laps here, get fuel.
What a change-up. What a different strategy with that one caution that we had. You see these guys peeling off now. We're going to have Milfelt and a bunch of these 4 through 7 guys start running a really different offset sequence. 1 or 2 laps is going to mean a lot.
Get on that 33 car, Scott.
Yeah, we're on him. Yeah, I heard that as well.
He's in a bad position to hit pit road, too. He had a bunch of traffic when he called it, so I was like, oh, how is he going to get to pit lane? But he got it done.
There, him and Rod Mitten look like to get down to 2nd gear, 45 miles an hour. Into the pit stop. Let's watch him all the way into the pit stall here. You see the 24 Loretto Lakes taking off there. And into his pit stall, nice and clean, Werner Margheim. 82.
Justin Michaels stays out right now. No, he's headed pit lane. Woo, very hot into that pit. Nice, nice job
Ryan
getting in
Abbott,
there.
Ken Richardson, Jack Watts. Some smoke from Ken Richardson. Wow, I'd be surprised if he made it in the down to the speed limit. There was smoke coming all the way off the turn 4 there.
I think he'll be surprised too.
Now that everybody's filing out, you're starting to see the rift grow a little bit between the front cars and the mid cars and the back cars.
Yeah, Justin Michael on pit road.
Michael Milfeld Jr. now leading this thing. Got Charles Widner in 2nd on the outside of Rob Haynes. These
How
guys
interesting
have
would it
chosen
be,
to
Ken,
stay
if we
up.
had a yellow flag ball right about now, huh?
Oh.
Or it'd be just, we already had that, right? Early in the race when we had the early caution and couldn't figure out the lineup.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not even talk about that. Here, 29 is coming in. That's Robert Mattis headed to pit lane.
Here comes off of turn number 4. A little sideways, a little damage on the right front there, but still sticking good top 10 run here for Robert Mattis.
So Scott, you're Milfelt right now. What are you going to do?
I'm looking 30 laps on his tires right now. I think, man, I don't know. I think he's giving up a ton of time to Justin Michael. His fastest lap right now, we're in a 30.5. I think he's going to be giving up a ton of time. It's probably over 1.5 seconds per lap here, so it's going to be nice when he comes out on the fresh tires, but he's going to have a lot of work to do to catch Justin Michael and who else was up there? Werner Margheim, all those guys.
I think one of the strategies that they might be playing at this moment is like they're hoping for a caution and just staying out and just hoping that their luck falls their way. Lady luck here at Las Vegas. You know what they say though, Scott, with all the cautions that we've had tonight, they say what stays in Vegas or what happens in Vegas is supposed to stay in Vegas, but we got this on YouTube.
We do.
Oh, 1 through the infield.
1 through the infield. Wesley Holland mowing the grass through the Pennzoil logo. Now we got to repaint the logo.
Milfelt is holding his own there in the middle of the track. He's paced himself. He's got a couple lap cars. He's done well around them with old tires. He might have an idea what's going on here.
Yeah, I moved back to James Hearns and I was watching Justin Michael just plowing through traffic. He was our leader just before these pit stops, and Justin Michael is on the move.
I think Michael Milfelt and these guys might be sitting in the catbird seat. The other thing that I don't really like about Justin Michael's strategy and those guys that pitted 5 or so laps ago, not that they had a choice, they had to come down for fuel, obviously, but if a yellow comes out, let's say 10 laps from now, and it leaves 10 laps to go, guys aren't going to pit, right? Or if they do pit, they're going to be so deep in the pack that they're not going to be able to make it back up. If Justin and those guys stay out, they're going to be on worse tires than all these guys that are just about to pit in the next 2 or 3 laps here. So.
Yeah, I think if the caution comes out, everybody will have to pit just based on tire wear here tonight, unless there's only like a couple to go. I was watching a great battle there with the 199 of Rob Haynes and the 123 of Michael Milfelt Jr. These two cars just been going back and forth, trading second place back and forth every lap.
I've been watching Anthony Santoro. What a fantastic March he's made. He's very steady. He's in that top 7, 6, 7, 8. He's doing a great job, and he's got some movers and comers going underneath him, and he's going by some. But he's done a heck of a job tonight, just keeping that car nice and steady.
Yeah, he has. I hear a couple drivers pitting on the radio here. We'll keep an eye out here, see if we can catch them as they come in.
But Justin Michael, he's in a heck of a spot here. He's in a bunch of traffic, super fast. Just got woed up by a lap car there. Trying to navigate his way. He's coming up on the back of Michael Milfelt Jr. in that 123 car. So catching that second group of cars basically as he works his way back up to those leaders. Trying to get that lap back, but obviously the fastest car on the track right now.
Yeah, there we see him on the outside of Michael Milfelt, looking to get his lap back. Charlie Wildner, give it to Charlie here, right? Leading some laps up here, and that Craftsman, we saw him get involved in some incidents, I think, early, as well as get shuffled back in some early strategy, but leading this thing here. Here we come, Charlie, Rob Haynes down the pit road.
So yeah, that might have been a costly mistake staying out there like that, Scott. I mean, that was the gamble they took, I guess, hoping for the caution, but now that they have to pit, they're going to be significantly behind Justin Michael when they come back out.
Yeah. Here's Wesley Holland. Here's what I find interesting, right? It's not necessarily the battle for the lead right now, but Wesley Holland looking to get his lap back on the outside of Michael Milfelt into turn number 3. Just ahead there, the next car you see there is Justin Michael off his windshield. So that's pretty much the battle. It's going to be at least for the second or third spot, if not for the lead when this all sorts out.
Milfelt's pitting now. That's gonna cycle this whole thing through.
Yeah, nice catch there. It'll be really interesting how this all sorts out. And then it's time to do some math, right? We got to look at lap time, see how many laps are left, and see if Michael Milfelt can close the gap. Because we know when he comes off pit road with those 4 fresh sneakers, he's going to be laying them down just like Justin was a few minutes ago.
Let's not forget, we still have James Hearns and Brian Bazell out there, along with Anthony Santoro. Looks like they haven't pitted yet.
According to Margheim getting his lap back here. So I'm interested to see. I'm going to put the camera back on Michael Milfelt as he comes off the pit road. Looking at Rob Haynes go around the outside. Let's see if we can get a camera on Justin Michael, see where he is.
Justin Michael's in 10th right now.
Just past our
across the
finish.
finish line. Yep, there he goes. And Michael Milfelt gave up all that time. He's just in the middle of turn 3 and 4 right now, so plenty of work cut up for him. With just 12 laps to go here.
Yeah, I was just going to say that laps are clicking off fast now. We get ready to go, 10 to go here in another lap or so. Brian Bazell still out there, still hasn't pitted, along with Anthony Santoro. Billy Bumgarner out there. Bill Paradise, we haven't talked about him tonight, out there in that 4th position. Still hasn't pitted.
Yeah, I just heard Bill Paradise coming in this time.
Bill did a great job with those tires, keeping them going, keeping them running. He did lose some positions they were late, but he did a heck of a job pedaling the car.
Here you see Bill Paradise from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Started 38th. How's that for a big move of the race, huh? Started 38th up to 4th. Good old Bill Paradise.
He's got to get down now. He's got the 33 underneath him. There he goes. He's going to stay out, looks like.
Got 10 to go. Looking back here at trying to catch back up to my timing and scoring here. Looking at Justin Michael here. He's 22 seconds off the lead. Brian Bazell, I believe, unless he's really good on fuel, is going to have to pit. and he's currently, like I said, 22 seconds off the lead. Probably be 20 seconds on the next time by.
Hey, I got if my scoring
cool.
is right here, I'm looking at Brian Bazell right now with 18, 19 laps on a stint of time. No, that can't be right.
That can't be right.
30
Yeah,
laps, 30 laps on it. Yeah, he should be in here in the next 5. Do you think any of these guys can stretch it? 9 to go?
Oh, I don't think so.
39 laps. Plus, we had a couple cautions mixed in there, right? If they're really saving, I don't know.
I don't think the way Brian's running that car that he's saving anything though.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's coming in right now. He's in a heap of trouble with traffic right now, and I believe he's going to be headed to pit lane. Andrew Schulte getting by him on the outside there.
Yeah,
Haven't talked about Andrew that much tonight. He's a lap down.
Ken, it looks like Brian Bazell smoking him into pit lane here. Had a real heck of a hard time getting down there. And we cycle back to, I believe, what's going to be Justin Michael here for the lead with Wesley Holland in second. Rob Mitten back here in third.
Watching 15 and 16P also with Doug Hevron with the Bentley Saloon car and Jason Hughes. They're back there, but they are beating feet, and they're gonna. It looks like try and stretch it.
Yeah, good looking car there. Bentley Saloon up here in Arundel, Maine. Bentley Warren's bar up here, saloon.
So I'm up here watching Justin Michael, our leader, seeing if Wesley Holland is going to gain. He's about 2 seconds behind in second place. Seeing if he can make any time on Justin Michael this lap.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting now to start looking at lap times, right? What happened to Wesley Holland? Do we have...
Yeah, I'm looking at him right now. He's in second.
Okay.
2.2 right behind Justin Michael. He gained like a tenth, I believe, on that last lap, but a tenth with 7 laps to go or so is not going to get it done.
How about old Mittens up there in third place? Rod Mittens, a long time
Heck yeah.
revved up and multi-league guy. He is having a heck of a run tonight.
Yeah, we talked to him earlier at the interview, so hopefully we didn't jinx him, Ken. What do you think?
No, I think we're good. We got rid of the curse thanks to Rod.
All right. Nice podium up here going for Rod Mitten. Rob Haynes in fourth, Charlie Widner fifth, Vernon Margheim in sixth, Brian Abbott, Jeff Gilmore, Michael Milfeld Jr. 9 seconds off the lead. And Jack Watts running out the top 10 right now, 10 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, so I just looked back at that time and scoring with Wesley Holland and Justin Michael. Wesley did drop back 2/10 that last lap, so doesn't quite have the steam that Justin Michael has, who's their current leader. Got about 4 laps to go.
Across the line for our leader. Let's go. Cockpit view inside. Our lead car, Justin Michael. See what kind of line he's running down here in 3 and 4, all the way to the inside.
Caution
Caution's
is
out. There it is. I heard some serious blocking on the radio.
Oh my!
Let me know if who you see out there.
What in the world? This has changed everything.
Wow. This is what I was talking about, right? So now we're going to reset them, re-rack them. Justin
With a
Michael,
green,
Wesley
white
Holland
checker.
on some of these old tires up here. It's going to get really interesting.
This is that comers and goers we were talking about right at the
Yeah.
end of the race. You got to be one or the other.
So we're going to have, wow, this is going to really change things up. Going to have old tires, cold tires, and no tires.
You. It's gonna be something interesting.
I'm going back up front to see who's going to head to pit lane here. Back up to Justin Michael here while you guys are tracking down the replay. If you are, Scott, I'm not sure.
I'm trying to, yeah.
I'll see what Justin Michael's going to do here as we get to the entrance pit lane here. Looks like Justin Michael fakes it, doesn't go in. None of the top few cars go in. Wonder if pit lane was even open then, because I don't see any takers.
See Drum, Mattis, Davis, Hevron. Schulte looks like he's going in.
So those will be the first cars on new tires. They'll be about 11th on back. Well, Hevron's out on the track.
He's still out. He stayed out.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who's went into pit lane here. It's interesting.
Dougie's not afraid of anything. That man is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if pit lane was open because nobody that was on the lead lap that I can tell hit pit lane. kind of questioning whether it was open or not. Because if you're, on the lead lap and near the end, why not take tires? You got nothing to lose, and you might make something up.
Do you think there's enough guys in the back of the pack though that might stay out and try to win this one, kind of Alex Bowman style?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You got a bunch of really fast cars up front. Michael, Holland, Mitten, Haynes. Good Lord, I'm not sure what I would do at this point.
Looks like Bill Paradise just got his lap back.
Lucky dog, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Back up front here as we come through 4 again to see if we have any takers.
Bobby Wells, he's had a great run tonight, keeping on the lead lap.
Everybody stayed out for the green, white, checkered. Okay. So this restart ought to be interesting, Scott. Oh, we got hot tires this time.
Hot tires, we'll see how many, actually that should be a good thing, right? Should stick a little bit better and hopefully not get as loose. What do you think?
Well, yeah, maybe for the entrance of one will be fine, but just getting them off the line might be the problem.
Right. I'm looking at the stints on tires. Justin Michael on 22 laps, Wesley Holland 24 laps, Rob Mitten 23 laps, and Rob Haynes might be the sleeper here, 13 laps on his tires, 10 laps fresher.
And I pointed out earlier in the race, Rob Haynes won last night, so he's tasted victory. Might want to taste it again.
Heaven forbid he hears the broadcast. He knows he has 10 less laps on tires.
Speaking of the broadcast, Rob Haynes up here in the booth. I'm up here with Matt LaVenture, Ken Huber, myself, Scott Patton. I don't want to give any secrets, but I think your sneakers are a little bit fresher than the others. What do you get for these guys up front?
I'm not sure that they are, Scott, but I don't think too much. The guys who got tires are way too far back. I don't think they're going to have an issue. We're not going to have an issue with them, but I don't know, starting on the outside, I see Justin's going to take the outside for the start here, so we'll see what happens, Scott. I'm looking forward to a top 5 anyways here. Try for top 3.
Yeah, we were talking about your big momentum with your win last night in the 87 series, cool. Is that right?
Yeah, that was cool. Last lap pass, I love that. Sorry, Ken.
No worries.
Ken left out that detail.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. He only beat me by 0.003 of a second.
It was close. It's a great race.
As good as any. Awesome racing there at Rockingham. We're on the West Coast now, Las Vegas. Line them up here with the green, white checker. Good luck out down there, Rob, and we'll hopefully talk to you at the end of this.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, there you have it from our 4th place starter here on the outside with teammate Justin Michael starting just ahead of him there. Wesley Holland on the inside. Still, like I said, with that damage maybe, but man, he is just hanging in there tough.
Yeah, definitely. Wesley Holland is going to be somebody to look for. Very aggressive. So he's going to push it really hard. So, green, white, checkered. We're getting ready to take these things. All these guys are going to go for the win. So if you want to really pull those belts up tight, now would be the time to do it.
Here we go. So some rules for the green, white, checkered start here. Leader's going to take the green flag. If they make it all the way around, if a yellow flag is in the first lap, we're going to re-rack them and do it all again. Unlimited attempts. Once the leader takes the white flag, the race will be official. Next flag will end the race, whether it's a yellow flag or the checkered flag, hopefully. But we'll see if we can get down and get to the white flag here. 2 laps to go on the outside. Justin Michael has been dominating all race long here. Wesley Holland on the inside. Here we go.
Excited for this one. Here we go.
Who's your pick, Matt? Who's your pick?
I'm going to pick that Doug Everon, but they're all... This is no bad pick.
I love it.
That 92 going down the middle between Wesley Holland. Who is that in that 92? That's Rod Mitten.
Rod Mitten, we talked to earlier.
Oh, Rod.
Yeah,
he's stuck it in the middle.
Outside.
He basically used his car as a can opener. Oh.
Great action here for second spot. Rob tries to get to the bumper of Rob Haynes. Too many Robs and
Wesley Holland now just kissing the back bumper of that 92 car.
That top 7 is good luck.
Well, this is official now. We crossed the start-finish line, so we will race back, but there won't be another green-white checker.
Mitten's just lost his mind.
Wesley Holland sideways again. Wesley Holland
still trying to collect it. Cars looks like Loretto Lakes. I think we're going to need an ambulance there in turn number 2 for him.
Rod Mitten was my pick.
Back up front, the 87 car led the start of this race and is going to lead the end of this race. Justin Michael takes Las Vegas.
Down to the flag. Ooh, bumper to bumper, 3 wide there for second spot there. I think Rob Haynes got the best of him there. Looks like Rod Mitten taking out third, and Charlie Widner good fourth. Vernon Margheim with a good top 5 finish after that. Whew.
Man, that was a
exciting.
good old-fashioned bar fight at the end of the race. That was well worth it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Well, Scott, we went half the race without any cautions, and then we got to the halfway point, and it all changed.
Yeah, that was a crazy finish there. We had some crazy action early on with some wrecks early, some early cautions, and then that crazy lineup issue with iRacing and whatnot. Some black flags. Watch guys come back from laps down. And no surprise, starting first, finishing first, Justin Michael burns them down here on the front stretch.
Who painted that car? That car is beautiful.
Oh, you know, I don't know. There it is, Justin Michael burning them down here at Las Vegas. We'll queue up the interviews here and we'll talk to them. Let's see if we can pull up some results. What do you say, Ken?
Yeah, let's bring up some drivers and talk to them.
Justin Michael, Rob Haynes from Barrie, Ontario, Canada. Rob Mitten from Swedensburg, New Jersey. Charles Widner. Vernon Margheim, a good top 5 finish. Jeff Gilmore. Doug Hevron, Maddie's pick there from Jensen Beach, Florida. And Jason Hughes, Jack Watson, Anthony Santoro completing the top 10.
Yeah, 11th, Robert Mattis. And 12th, Wesley Hall had that struggle there at the very end. Billy Bumgarner and 13th. Michael Bilfeld Jr. kind of up and down night to night in 14th. David Schreck in 5th. We didn't talk about him tonight. Good finish for David. Bob Wells in 16th. James Burns in 17th. Bill Paradise in 18th. Andrew Schultz in 19th. Loretto Lakes in 20th.
And finishing 21st tonight. Let's get that. Let's see if this works here. Now, do you have 21st, Ken?
Yeah, you got 21st there, Scott?
Nope. Can you hear me okay or no?
Brad Dizell is our first guy allowed down in 22nd. Or Scott, 23rd. 24th, Christopher Davis. Brian 25th. Kyle Chadwick in 26th. Brad Reed 27th. 28th. David Double D Desjardins 29th. James Lowe Brown 30th. Ken Richardson 31st. James Haney 32nd. Craig Ball 33rd. Keith Smith 34th. Eric Talent 35th. Keith Haney 36th. 37th. Wally Berheimer 38th. Sean Turner. John Pazzola 39th. Joe Marks in 40th. So we'll round out the field for tonight.
There you have it. We'll see if we can talk to our, let's see, third place winner. I think we just lost him. There he is.
Yep.
Rob
We
Mitten,
got him here.
congratulations. Third place. We talked to you earlier with the interview. We were jinxing people early on, so hopefully we didn't jinx you. But car looks great there from Spotify. And how the race work out for you there in the end with that hard-fought battle there, the green coming down to the checkered flag 3 wide there with Rob and those guys.
Obviously wanted to win, but third feels pretty good. Been in that iRacing a little bit, so just to be up here running with talent like this, I mean, a lot of these guys, you know, definitely know there's talent up here, so it feels good to be racing up here. I was happy with third, kind of just coming to the end there with, I guess, 4 to go, and I was like, damn, probably going to lose it here, probably have a wreck or something, but yeah, had to go to the outside there, make a bit of a move on, I guess that was Wesley. Kind of wanted to see if I could push him, maybe let him, you know, lead the race, but I saw it's so hard to start when you're beside the leader like that. I had to just take advantage of it, and we held it. It was a good 3-run race.
All right, congratulations, Rob, and anybody you want to thank for your third place finish here at Las Vegas?
Thank Xfinity for a good internet connection. Didn't go out on me, and that's about it.
I think we might be having some internet problems here. So can you guys hear me okay or no?
Yeah, we can hear you. The audio is a little messed up on our end, but I think it might be coming through on the broadcast. It's fine.
Yeah. All right, sounds good, Rod. And we'll talk to you. We won't talk to you next week because I'll be off actually going to the Phoenix race. But good luck there, flat tracking out in the desert. And we will talk to you probably 2 weeks from Atlanta. Good luck out there. Have a good week.
Yeah, thank you. Hope to be up here in this podium interview booth more often.
All right, sounds good. And congratulations, Rod.
Great job, man. Great job.
All right. Ken, you want to take Rob Haynes here, our second place finisher?
Yeah, Rob Haynes up here with Scott, myself, and Matt. Hey, great job. Second place finish. You didn't quite get there, but great job in that second spot. What did you have to do to even make the couple of positions that you made?
Start. That was one thing. Not pass the guy on the inside and hold him off. Block, do whatever I could do. Ken, that was that's if you spot it coming out of going into 3 and 2-4 there on the last lap. I was blocking. I was trying to hold off. I guess it was Rod on the outside and Charles behind me, and I kind of had to cut Charles' nose right off to get to the finish line ahead of everybody. So hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, it was a great finish. A lot of fun watching you tonight. Kind of started in 5th, ended up in 2nd, so you had kind of a quiet night. You kind of moved back and forth through the field. What was your strategy going into this race?
I was looking at fuel at one point. Me and Justin had come down and topped off, and we were kind of hoping it was going to go green to the end, but I flew apart right away with a caution. So we came down, got tires, and it kind of worked out. We were able to work through the field, and I wasn't able to stick with him, but I eventually got back to him after the pit stop. So I'm happy with that. That was a great finish for the 199 machine. I'm good finish for Justin, and congrats to him on the win, and I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight.
Well, congrats on that runner-up spot. You have anybody you want to thank tonight?
Just you guys for the broadcast and the multi-league, and I'm having a blast here. I looked today, Ken, we were talking last about how long I've been multi-league, and it's a year tomorrow, so time flies, man, when you're having fun, but that's, I remember I told you, I think it was only since November or something like that, but not a year, so I'm having a lot of fun and getting to know everybody on track. That's a lot when you're running around guys' side all the time. You need to know who you're running with, and you know, that you can trust the guy next to you.
All right, we'll move you back down to your team. Congrats again.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. It's Rob Haynes. I get all these Rods and Robs mixed up here, but Rob Haynes with a second place finish. Congratulations, man. And I'm going to take a quick break here, guys. I'm going to reset the team speak, and then we're going to be back. And Maddie, if you want to talk to Justin Michael, I'll be right back.
Well,
in 10
Scott there, I
seconds
think
here.
he said he's going to take a quick break there before we talk to our race winner. I think he's trying to fix our audio problem.
Connection lost. Error.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's the reality of broadcasting. Sounds like TeamSpeak completely died. I'm listening to the race chat as well, and looks like it died on their end as well. So we tried to reset it, and looks like it's not working. So appreciate everybody coming out this week and watching the broadcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And on behalf of myself, Ken Huber in the booth, Matt LaVenture, appreciate all your time. Stay safe this week. We are off this week, or next week rather, from Phoenix International Raceway. There's no broadcast, but we'll catch you the following week from the brand new Atlanta Motor Speedway. Looking forward to that. Until then, we will see you. Have a great week, everybody. Stay safe.